Man, I woke up this morning and there's so much stuff on my news feed. Like, wow. You know, I realize that it doesn't matter what anyone say, whoever someone decide to support, most likely you're not going to be able to change your mind, especially Trump supporters. It's crazy that and this should tell people that you'll see all these posts talking about respect and Biden being a liar. Trump is the biggest liar of them all. Every day, every time his mouth open, it's a lie. And for them to really be talking about disrespect, I never see no office official or anyone disrespect people as much as Trump. Do you realize no one in this world respect Trump? Do you realize everyone call him by his name? Do you realize people still call the former president President Obama or President Bush, even though they're not president? No one calls Trump president because they have no respect for him, and he don't have no respect for anyone. But it's one thing I want to say. All the Trump supporters is like the kettle calling the pot block, pretty much. And when president went in office 4 years ago, all the Christian and the Catholic and all people thought God put him in office. And I agree then that God put him in office. God work in mysterious ways, and we need to know that the devil work in mysterious ways. Instead of using a flood to cleanse this world of all the bad deed and the evilness and the corruption, he's using Trump. If he's not finished with this world, Trump will be reelected. If he's done, Trump will be out of office. But I tell you what, Trump is just the tool that he's using. We as a nation is already corrupt and evil because we only think about one thing, and it's about ourselves. What can we get? What is more for us? How are we going to get more money? We don't think about this world as a nation in its entirety. We only think about ourselves. So we thinking about ourselves. Trump is just here to help us. He's just here to give us a shoving hand to let us war. There's going to be a war in this country against each other for politics. He is just the hate monger that is in place to rev up and stir up all this hatred out there. And the supporters for him that don't see that, they're just like him because they believe in hatreds too. Because every word that comes out of his mouth is negative, violence, and about hate. All the whistle calling he calling to his flock is about hate. So it's in us as a people. All his supporters that believe in all the discriminating and all this, the whistle calling he's calling, the one them that believe, not all, the one them that believe in it, they're just being lined up to do the devil work because he's on team devil. So for everyone else who feel that, hey, I'm not going to support Biden because what he did, we need to figure out how we're going to move on. And that's our problem. We're not figuring out what can someone do to better things. We keep on looking back at the past. Yes, Trump did some stuff, but it's what? In the past. Yes, Biden did some stuff, but what? It's in the past. When you need to remember, when a law is passed, even though Biden passed this law, people are holding it over his head. It doesn't go through because he's writing a policy. For all the people that's holding this policy over Biden's head, you remember that it wouldn't have been a law if the Republicans didn't agree to it also. Because they have to agree, and Congress and Senate have to pass all these laws before they become law. These policies before they become law. So if you hate and holding it over Biden, you need to hold it over the Republican because they have to sign off on that bill for it to become law. So y'all keep that in mind. So for all y'all people out there, how about we're focusing on what they're going to be doing now? What are they going to do for our future? You know, sometimes there's racist people out there. And if Biden should fall in that category as being racist, sometimes you being around different environment change your perceptive of stuff. Sometimes people are racist and stupid because of ignorance and a lot of knowledge. So we have to know and see when people change and want to change. We need to see people action right now. Right now. What Trump did in the past is not what's going to take us to the future. What is his plan for our future? What's his plan to change things going on in the future? It's not one time I see anything out of Trump's mouth about his plan for the future for us. Not one time. If you ask Biden his plan, he could lay a plan out. All Trump is saying, oh, we have something, it's coming soon. It's going to be maybe a week or two. It's coming out. He have not laid out not one plan he has for our future or what he's planning and doing different for our future. But how can he when he don't believe racism is out there? How can he change us when he don't believe that there's a problem? That's what we need to focus on. What's coming out of their mouth now? What is their intention now? And what they believe in now? Forget about all that stuff, because it's funny that we, especially us black people, who's saying he made a law that put black people in prison. He didn't put us in prison. We put ourselves in prison when we do stuff. I do agree that there's law that steer more towards black people. And I'm saying black people because I'm black. Yeah, they're Spanish or whatever, but most of them voting for Trump anyway. So I'm not here to support Spanish people or whatever they are, because most of them support him. So for every law that's put in place that may affect black people more or not, the fact is that we're putting ourselves in jail, not the person who write the policy. It's just like if someone make a gun and you use it and shoot someone, are they going to blame the person that make the gun? Or are they going to blame the person that actually used the gun? And for us black people who has criminal record and a felony and all that stuff, who always claim we can't get a second chance because all people do is look at our history and look at our background, so we can't get a second chance. But yet still, we're doing the same thing right now. We're looking at Biden pass and not willing to give him a second chance. Even though you could see what he's speaking on now, you know, maybe being part of Obama circle, give him a broader look and a more understanding of some of the law he put in place or some of the things he have done. Maybe he changed and realized a lot of the stuff from experience was wrong. We should admit it was wrong. He admit that some of those laws he put in place wasn't the best decision. But there's nothing Trump is admitting. I'm going to tell you something. A leader who is vindictive and full of hate and carry animosity and is revengeful cannot lead this country. A person who what he say go and cannot take advice and cannot listen to anyone else but think whatever he said is law and whatever he said is right cannot rule and run a country. Period. And that's what I have to say for today. Thank you.